The I can of this video is specifically saying I can add, subtract, multiply, and divide functions. And the nice thing about this is that you've already learned the properties of add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And now we're just going to be looking at what that looks like in terms of the function notation. So you can see here, there's a nice little four-piece chart here, that if you have this column right here, that it's just showing you the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, which of course kind of looks like that composition thing. You can see that dot there, but if it's a dot versus the open circle, you know that it's multiplication or division. That it just means take those two functions, add them together. Take them and subtract, multiply, and divide. And specifically when we get into divide, we want to talk about where that function is not equal to 0 so that we make sure that it's not undefined. So we've got some examples here. We're going to start, they gave us f of x and g of x. And we're going to start just by adding them together. So you would have 2x minus 3 plus the 4x. So you've got the 2x and the 4x can be combined. So you have 6x minus 3 is f plus g of x. Next example, we have the subtraction. So it's going to look identical except for this subtraction there. And then what I'm going to put here is the parentheses around the second term. In this second term, it happens to only be a monomial, meaning just one term, but we would have to remember if there was more than one term, then we would want to make sure that we distribute that negative to everyone. So we'd have 2x minus 3 minus 4x. So that makes negative 2x minus 3, and that is our f minus g of x. Coming over here, now we're going to multiply them. So 2x minus 3 times the 4x. You want to make sure both terms get multiplied there. So you're going to get 8x squared minus 12x. And that will be the multiplication. Scroll down. There's one more. We have now division. So my top function f is going to be 2x minus 3. And that's going to be over 4x. That does not simplify at all, but you would want to state to make sure that x cannot be 0, okay? So you would want to restrict the domain that x cannot equal 0. Now there's two examples, one subtraction and one division. You want to make sure in E here that you follow the order, and because f is a binomial, make sure you put parentheses and distribute that negative. And then in f here, you're going to have to talk about what would make the domain undefined. So remember, that's where the domain is not equal to 0, okay? All right, have a great night.